This episode's little fortune cookie, yeah, I'm ignoring it, is really the only one we've had in a while that just straight up gives an example of what the theme in this episode is. Most of them do in one way or another, but a lot of the times it's just kind of vague and left up to some interpretation. That's probably why I literally haven't gone into any of them until now. Okay, damn, talk about a beautiful sunset here. It's kind of interesting that the sunset in the last episode was so serene and beautiful with lots of oranges and reds in the sky, and then we get to this episode where it's kind of hot pink, yet still kind of gives you the sense of impending danger on the way. That's some nice subtle storytelling. Also, I kind of think that they were going for a sunrise here, but it's kind of weird that they have the sun going in the exact same place in the last episode that it was setting. Do they rise and set in the same place? Thanks, tall man. Here, fruit. Hey, wait, are these the same plant things we saw all the way on Rhodia? Like, where do these come from? They're nowhere to be found on these tree things, so do these guys intergalactically trade goods? What the hell do they have to trade with?
Commander Bly, we've got company. Friendlies? Negative, sir. A droid ship. Acknowledged. Get back here.
This is one of those moments where you can really hear the way D. Bradley Baker tries to make the clone sound different somehow. You hear Bly with a lot more ruggedness, probably trying to sell the whole commander role over captain, but the way they pretty much have a diagram on how they want all the different clones to sound, centering with Rex as kind of the ideal soldier, is pretty interesting.
When I'm trying to make the clones sound different, we'll often ascribe maybe an adjective, or is what I do, is I'll write like an adjective.
A clone can be a little more of a grunt, a little more blue collar, or he can be a bit more of an officer. Something a little more proper. Maybe give him a slightly newer voice. Maybe he's newer and a lot younger. Or he's kind of a bully. A little more of an army guy. Or he could have a little bit more of an accent that's a little stranger because he comes from another part of the galaxy like that.
I'm sorry, but you're still too injured to move.
Jesus, talk about an abrupt change in music. There's really been only a couple of times that this has happened so far. Come on, sound team, get your shit together. Alright, yeah, this guy was absolutely intentional.
What menace have you brought to our village now, Jedi?
The Separatists don't even know we're here.
We've got to hide.
You can't fight them alone.
We would rather die than to kill others.
Do droids really count here, though?
If the Lurmen want to remain neutral, we won't force them into war.
I must see what our new visitors want.
Anyone else find it awfully convenient that they really didn't know the Jedi were here yet, but just happened to pick today to scout for new planets to ruin? I do really love the Lurmen as a concept, man. It's just an interesting angle to take, having pacifists confronting war at their front door, especially when contrasted by the Jedi, who share most of the pacifist beliefs, yet take action when necessary. Yeah, we get a good glimpse of it with Obi-Wan and Satine and Mandalore in general, but the whole not having a choice but to fight here really gives me Seven Samurai vibes, which makes total sense when you think about how heavily influenced Star Wars was by Akira Kurosawa. You know, I almost forget sometimes that this dude is an Moidian too, and I'm pretty sure the only one we see with this body figure. I almost wondered if that thing under his chin was like those ugly frog chin things that expand with air, until I realized, nope, it's just him.
I am General Lockdurd of the Separatist Alliance.
Does anyone know what Locke or Lot mean in Nemoidian? Like, are they just common first names? You have Lot Dodd and Lock Durd. Somehow Durd is a perfect name for this guy, too. Shout out to having a bigger hat than Newt Gunray, too.
I am T-Wat-Ka.
T-Wat-Ka. For a pacifist, this guy's name sounds an awful lot like some karate move. I hate how you can just see this guy's veins all popping out and shit. I hate it. We see it with Newt, too, but the whole bulging neck thing makes it seem like this guy's blood pressure is literally about to explode.
What do you...
You are now under the protection of the Separatist Alliance. I congratulate you on your good fortune.
Thank you. I do not condone your presence here.
Stand aside. I would like to inspect my new colony. Ransack this dung heap.
Fuck this tent. I hate this tent. I'm gonna ruin this tent.
We've done nothing to them.
If we are discovered, all of the Lurmen will be slaughtered.
We'll be okay if we make it to the tall grasses.
Would really suck if droids could scan for life forms, huh? What the heck is that? Do you guys see that thing on his back? Hunchback of Notre Dame looking mother...
In the future, we may conduct more periodic searches like this one in order to maintain security.
We will offer no resistance.
Your species is smarter than you appear.
At least the Jedi escaped.
But they nearly brought harm to our entire village.
But now, thanks to you, we're safe to grovel before every petty tyrant who enters our system.
I have just ensured we will have peace.
And at what price? Are you not concerned about the Jedi at all?
We cannot help them without being drawn into their war.
Follow them and make sure they get off-world.
Thank God they took the time to actually make more Lurmen designs, man. I don't think I would have survived another 5 clones in the same shot.
I can't figure those villagers not wanting to fight. No pride, I guess.
Wow, I didn't really think we'd get much for Rex's character development this early on. It makes sense that the clones in general feel this way. When you think about it, they're like 10 years old in terms of their mental, experience in life. But with him meeting Cutler Quain fairly soon, it makes sense that he's not quite as well rounded out yet, I guess.
I call it no courage.
Yeah, I saw that one coming though.
It takes courage to stick to one's beliefs, young Padawan, as any Jedi well knows.
Yeah, keep eating your fucking mozzarella stick.
We need to find a ship.
You talking about stealing from one of the clankers? Count me in.
We need to find them first.
I think we just did.
Blast it!
Jamming signal! After it! This way! Hurry!
How'd she do that? You some kind of Jedi or something? This thing has got to hold the world record for the worst pro droid on the planet. Well, all the planets. We hear him do his little weird noise as he's transmitting back what he found, and yet nope. Unlike 90% of our Star Wars friends, they get away with this terrible pursuit. See, even the trees get some more love in this episode. Animation is weird, man. Anyone else think Anakin looks like a total baller with headband on? Just me?
But I'm not sure I'm ready for that.
Shit, I'm not sure anyone was ready for that. You're telling me within the span of what, a few hours, they erected that entire base around the ship? It wasn't there in the beginning, I checked, but Jesus. Have these guys build the Death Star for Palpatine. They'd get that thing done in a couple days. Who's paying these droids? Oh, here's another one of those awkward fades. Obviously, the show was aired on TV in the before times, so it makes sense. I know a good 70% of you probably didn't get to watch this when it aired on Cartoon Network.
Star Wars, The Clone Wars. This week's new adventure, tomorrow at 9:30. Their galaxy isn't far, far away anymore.
We're clear.
Only on Cartoon Network.
But in case you were wondering, that's what my little intro is referencing with the letters and everything. Y'all think I'm giving Disney credit for this? The hell no, Tom all day, baby!
I love this job.
Also, how long have they been up there? The sun is suddenly about to set, but we literally just saw the sky way brighter a second ago. You're not fooling me, George, old boy. I feel like having that giant gold cannon on that tank was absolutely intentional. This guy seems like the type with all that little dick energy going on over here.
Apparently, the Separatists have a new toy.
So did Obi-Wan.
I brought a new toy that might give us an advantage.
What kind of toy, Obi-Wan?
We test a new weapon of my own design, which is capable of catastrophic destruction.
I love that he thinks this is necessary. Like, do the droids really give a shit to be listening to this? I get the vibe. It just feels really, really uncomfortable.
A weapon which will destroy organic matter, but leave machines unharmed.
Okay, holy shit, that got way creepier. I love how you can hear the random Roger Rogers, though.
We need 2 volunteers.
Okay, how the hell do you plan that? You guys think these 2 droids have just been fucking everything up lately, and they've already had it out for these 2? Like, there was zero hesitation there.
Roger, Roger.
Their disappointment never ceases to amaze me, though. You guys think they were just programmed like this, or is it just a creative writing choice? To have them be all, like, weird and emotional at times, and not just robotic and cold and calculating? Because, yeah, the show is for kids, I know, there you go. But, like, in world, why would you not have droids that, no matter the circumstance, have, like, zero emotional response? I have no idea.
I have located a world in which we can test our new weapon.
That was one hell of a stink eye.
Stink eye, brother!
Jesus, this angle. I almost didn't even realize it at first, but we're way too close and personal with that B1 over here.
Ready? Run me!
Roger, Roger.
What, is this guy like translating for the droids? Was dirt not loud enough just a few seconds ago? Oh, that was too loud. It's kind of weird that they show the missile already on its downward trajectory here in this shot. Then in the next one, it's still not quite there yet.
Should we take cover? No, idiot. It is not even gonna hit us.
Jeez, man, I see why they picked you two. Shit like that, man, is what I think about when I watch Revenge of the Sith. I'm not really sure if this is canon, what I'm about to say, but I've heard for years that the reason they looked like they brutally turned her into Swiss cheese in the movie, even though she was French, it was because of how much respect they had for her, probably for more reasons like this. They wanted to make her death as absolutely quick and painless as possible, and probably knew that she also wouldn't have gone down like a bitch.
Our only hope was Ayla Secura, our Jedi commander. Without her iron will, none of us would have come out of that mess with our sanity or our lives. When her death came, I hope it was quick. She earned that much.
Yeah, there's no way this is the same tree asset from the last episode. Is this one of those wacky different production order issues? Oh yeah, I guess so, actually. I wonder which one is 23. No, not the... No, where is it?
Where is it?
Jesus, where is it?
That's some toy.
Okay, wait, isn't that like exactly what Anakin said in Cat and Mouse? It's a stealth shell.
That's some trick.
Ah, damn.
It took out every living thing.
That's a convenient way to say grass.
The landscape has been destroyed.
You know what though, bro? It kind of isn't. You can see these little fire animations over here, but shit, yeah, they didn't bother to animate out the grass and whatnot. Just when you think you know a Lucasfilm.
I specifically chose this planet because it is inhabited.
Isn't that like any planet? Is this planet inhabited by any other form of life? You kind of get the impression in the episodes that no, it's just the Lurmen dropping a bunch of, 5-year-old wooden carvings around all over like they own the place. But do people know that they're here now? I mean, I feel like the whole point of choosing a neutral system would be to lay low. I don't think they have any seed-shaped spaceships lying around here. I don't know, man. Way too many questions going on.
After we get a shuttle, we'll go back and help the Lurmen.
Tewok Ka said he doesn't need our help.
There's a difference between pulling innocents into a war and leaving them to extinction.
Yeah, you learned that lesson, you Padawan, you.
Tearaway 2, the Separatists are returning.
You're telling me these things have the ability to convey all of that through what, these little chirps? Forget a droid, I want one of those things.
Hey, what was that?
The rock!
Fuck, that shot was cool. Is it weird that her lightsaber is casting a shadow here? No, right? Like, it would still do that. I think that checks out. I guess closer to the wall, maybe not, but yeah, kudos, animation team. I love those long shots, man. You can absolutely tell George Lucas's hands were all over this. It's no wonder people adore this show, man.
How does the West End check out? What the They're returning to our village.
They did not attack us before.
They would not be coming back here unless they intended to do us harm.
We've done nothing to provoke them, and we will not.
We must defend ourselves.
If we sacrifice our beliefs, we're no better than they are. We will not change our morals now or ever.
Okay, I know I said that I thought this is what the Jedi should be, but this part actually is them. This show goes out of its way to portray the young having a way of thinking that kind of stems from the older generation's dogmatic belief system they kind of bind themselves to, and I think it's part of what makes it such a great addition to prequel canon. The show just weaves in with the prequels so well, in my opinion, man. This lighting looks sick, dude.
Shield generator, sir.
Let's take them with us.
It's cool to see them actually take supplies that would help them out in battle, even though it's specifically to help the Lurmen here. We don't really see it much, but it's a nice little touch, unless, you know, they're droid fingers. I have no remorse. I told you I wasn't letting the chopper thing go, and I mean it. That whole little music motif was fantastic, dude. I'll praise Kevin Kiner all day, I swear.
We need to get you to safety before they arrive.
We will not abandon our homes.
I can kind of get the whole sticking to your beliefs thing, but is running really that bad? I mean, now your houses are part of this useless tradition too? What did you do with the houses you left behind on your other planet?
Come on, guys, let's get these shield generators in place.
The shield generators actually say caution if you look hard enough. Is it just me, or does the color of Ahsoka look really off here for some reason? Like she's in the wrong lighting environment or something.
When Count Dooku sees how successful my weapon is against civilian targets, I will no doubt be promoted.
Okay, right.
I love how this B1 is like, cool, I guess. You think you would care more about Dirt's promotion. I mean, we've seen them care about their own promotions.
But I just got promoted!
Jedi, what are they doing out here?
Hey, stop what you're doing. Stop building that wall.
Tear down this wall.
What totally sounds like please stop what you're doing is apparently pray stop what you're doing, according to the subtitles at least.
Hey, stop what you're doing.
You can stand by your beliefs, but let us stand by ours.
Got him.
My father is very strong-willed and set in tradition. Many others agree with me.
Fire!
Power the shields!
Dude, that sound effect is so fucking cool. That little whistle sound really makes the scene for me. Also, you can just barely hear the noises from the Phantom Menace where they're shooting at their shield. At least I think that's what that is.
Squad 1, prepare to charge.
That's one hell of a thrust there, buddy. Major Saturday cartoon action pose vibes going on here. Jesus, baby. Ayla's got them moves, boy. It's cool getting to see her in action for the first time, really. And she uses Form 4 lightsaber combat. And damn, you can really tell. Yoda's another one who uses it, and it relies a lot on acrobatics and fancy spins. Damn, Ahsoka. Did you guys see that little headshot she just pulled off there?
Her shield is down. Launch another shell.
Some general, man. You didn't think to just load one up and have it ready for this to immediately happen?
Sir, there's a Jedi heading right for us.
I love the fact that the droids need to use binoculars too. Shit, man, I have the cheapest smartphone you can buy. Even I can zoom pretty far.
Blast him, you idiot.
Holy shit, what was that? Those noises, were those supposed to be sound effects or part of the music? I mean, the section of the score we're in is in what? The key of D, I think? The noises they make are A, then G, which works within the scale, and then kind of an A flat, which makes me think that they were just meant as sound effects, and this is just one happy accident. Yeah, I have problems, I know.
No survivors.
See, why can't the droids just sound more like that? You hear how ominous that shit was? I feel like the whole eerie, they don't really understand humor aspect would have been a way better approach, albeit a less kid-friendly one.
Be defoliated.
That line comes off way too funny for some reason. But like, what do you even mean here, dude? You just destroyed the canon thing, so I don't really think that's the right word here.
There goes my promotion.
See, at least seeing this guy as a chump is of no consequence, since he's just here for some random general purpose and he never pops up again. He doesn't, right? I wish they did that a lot more often instead of having it just be Grievous and friends so much. Look, guys, they used moves they used in yesterday's episode, cause they smart and make bad guy go bye-bye like Ewoks did. Yeah, all right, I'll stop being a dick. I will say though, man, when you think about the alternative here, if the Separatists were an army of men, would this shit like send Ahsoka to jail for thousands of years, or would they just be savage beasts of men and women like Ki-Adi-Mundi over here and say it was justified? You guys see Rex in the background when Durin stopped walking? He's a lot more polite than Gree was with Newt, that's for damn sure.
I was just offering the Jedi our thanks.
Perhaps we do owe you thanks, but I still wonder at what cost.
You know, your species really is smarter than you appear. This episode is a good one. Maybe not one of the stronger ones, but it does a better job than the last one did at establishing the Jedi is not as perfect as they'd like to be. It challenges beliefs head on and it makes our heroes question what they're actually doing, protecting innocent lives before worrying about military involvement or whatever else. The animation just keeps getting better and better too. Which you know I'm here for, baby. Patron shout out! David, who some believe to be responsible for drawing Kit Fisto and Plo Koon using spice together all over the Jedi Temple. Drakmir, the only person left on Alderaan alive after its explosion by shoving their head into a fishbowl, Sandy Cheeks style. Infrence Crumb, one of the last remaining members of the Max Rebo band. Will they outlive Rebo? Stay tuned. Marcus Fleischer, owner of the only dry cleaner on Cloud City that Lando trusts to take his capes. If he trusts him, who are we to argue? Mr. Snuffle, who once walked across the entire desert that is Tatooine looking for an ice cream truck, only to realize he chased an entire sandcrawler all the way around the planet before taking his final breath. And Taylor Lynn, one of the only humans alive to fight a Wookiee and win using a Jedi mind trick to convince the Wookiee that its own legs were strawberries, cutting the Wookiee short of a victory. More huge shoutouts go to my other patrons, Graphite, Brandon Esposito, Corchin, Nephorax, Salsas Volpes, and Taco Llama. Thank you guys. I appreciate all of you guys watching, and like and subscribe if you're here and all that good stuff. You know, I gotta chill a little bit. I love you guys. I'll hopefully see you next week. If not, just kill me.